Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wingcat Sports, and we're back into football. Talking about the Lions, though we know we have a little bit until the draft. There's been a lot of rumors going around, a lot of trade rumors going around. I think the biggest one that has popped up is the Max Crosby rumors that there is a deal in place, but because of the Terry and Arnold situation, for the most part, it's been on hold with him being connected to a kidnapping and robbery.
Why would the Terry and Arnold
I don't know.
situation
That's the
prevent
rumor.
them from
That's the
announcing
rumor
a
I
Max
saw.
Crosby?
Apparently, they're
Yeah,
on
how
pause.
real is that rumor?
I don't know. But Terry on
We've
Arnold.
heard this for 2 years about
Terry on
Max
Arnold
Crosby.
is on a connection. He is not the person who robbed and kidnapped, but apparently it's somebody close to him who apparently robbed and kidnapped somebody potentially. Um, so apparently that has put a Max Crosby deal on hold. Whether that's true or not, again, is to be seen. But we'll see what ends up happening.
I think the realization is our defensive backs are not going to be that good this year. That's going to be the weak spot.
You're
in
running
our
with
team.
DJ Reed and Amik Robinson.
Right. That's what but I mean,
which isn't terrible,
I'm
but it's
not
not the
saying they're
best.
right. I'm not saying they're awful, but I think that if you have to say where
And you
our
have no
weakness
safeties.
is, it's going to be there because I don't care what happens with the defensive backs. The number one thing they can't lose focus has got to be fixing that offensive line. That's it.
Offensive, defensive line.
The offensive line comes first. And if you want to do something on the defensive side, if you can, great. You might not be able to fill every hole or fix every problem. But between free agency and drafting,
but that whole secondary is
fix
gone.
that offensive line.
Yeah. The whole secondary part is gone because you have no safety because Brian Branch is out for the year. And I don't expect Kirby Joseph to ever come back. If he does, he does.
Well,
but
I don't care if
I think he's on the road to retirement personally. I think his knee issue is if it's held him out this long without surgery, it's not going to get better.
It's unfortunate.
So we will see if he does come back.
He could have been one of the best safeties,
and Brian Branch is
out there if he wasn't having this issue. That it's unfortunate because I wish
yeah. So again, you're without Brian Branch until December, so you have no safeties till December at least, and you'll have one.
Right.
And maybe we'll draft somebody. I
wouldn't draft anybody. Honestly, I would just say, hey, you know what? Pick up Joey Buttafuoco and he could be the safety or something. I just worry. Keep those linebackers together. Keep work on the trenches.
It could,
and we're going to have a weakness at defensive back. That's just the case. That's just the way it's going to be.
It could work with one of the other trade rumors that were going around that we might pick somebody up. The next biggest rumor that I've seen the past few days is Sam Laporta being traded, which I don't expect us to re-sign Sam Laporta. I think once his rookie deal is done, he'll be gone. I think he's the odd man out of all the guys who are going to get their contract extensions.
Is that solely because of his just the position that he plays?
I think it partially is that.
Or the injuries.
The injuries have only been last year. If he comes and has a good year, I mean, but again, trade rumors right now. He's coming off the season-ending back injury. Again, I just think he's the odd man out anyways, even if he was playing well, like what he did his first year. I think he's just the odd man out. Because I think you'd rather have Gibbs over Laporta, and you also would rather have Branch over Laporta. So I just think he's the odd man out of the situation, which is why he might be in more trade rumors because the Lions probably aren't going to re-sign him.
If that's what they decide to do, sure. What do you think they could get for him?
See, that's the difficult thing because he's coming off injury. I see one right here that says the Chiefs might trade for him to replace Travis Kelce.
Well, that would be great for them. Would they be willing to trade a third rounder, second rounder?
We'd probably get a third or second for him.
If you
maybe a
single,
I
think that might be worth it.
Well, that's just the main thing. When you're looking at it all, it's just like, where are we going to sit at? And where are we not going to sit at is the main thing that's going on.
Is Kelce announced retirement?
No, I think he will either he's going to retire or he'll have one more year.
It makes no sense. I don't know why that guy's still playing.
So yeah,
Maybe he just likes to play.
You have 4 guys who are on their extension watch right now, and that is Laporta, Gibbs, Campbell, and Branch. And now the 4 of them, Laporta is probably your
well, I think if you
least likely that you won't
keep
get
2 of those, it's Gibbs and Campbell. But maybe not. But Gibbs, you still have for 3 years, though.
No.
I thought that's what they were saying.
They're all drafted the same year.
Well, yeah. I mean, but he's on a 6-year deal. I mean, isn't he?
No.
I thought so.
Rookie deals are 4 years.
You have 3 more years, though.
Rookie deals are 4 years, and then you have a 5th-year option.
Well,
so Gibbs is coming on his extension. All 4 of those guys are coming on their extension.
And then you can always
Brian Branch is your next question mark because how is he going to come back from the ACL injury? Right. So that's going to be your next one. Right now, you're looking at Jack Campbell and Jahmyr Gibbs of who you want to give that contract extension to. And that, again, that comes with the worry, right? When it comes to Brian Branch, how healthy is he going to be? Right. How healthy is Laporta going to be? I think it's easy for us to draft a decent tight end compared to putting all the money towards Laporta, especially because you're negative $9 million in the cap right now. You're $9 million in the hole. You have no cap space, and it does not help when players you thought were moving on, like Taylor Decker, who is now coming back, do not help create some cap space. Because Decker is apparently coming back, which means you need to try and restructure probably Goff and St. Brown's deals to open up about 40 to 50 million in cap space. Hopefully. Also, wherever it happens with Glasgow, a lot of stuff has to happen. The other person who's been around a bunch of trade rumors is Montgomery. They kind of been back and forth on it. Where will we sit at for Montgomery? Will he be traded? Will he not be traded? That's up in the air. What is their full plan this year? With a new offensive coordinator, they might try to use him more compared to last year. But we will see what ends up happening. Because there's a very good chance he could be back next year, no problem, and he gets more playing time, which is the main issue he had last year because he didn't play him as much. I think that they'll probably keep him this year.
Well, I do too. Plus, I think our new offensive coordinator likes him a lot.
He loves him right there. So, loves Montgomery.
I think you got to make him happy. And if he wants Montgomery, you should keep Montgomery.
But if Montgomery is played the amount he was played last year, this year he's gone in the offseason. I don't think he's going to stay.
I don't think he wants to be here if you're not going to use him.
Yeah, if he goes to another year like he did last year with the amount of play time, then he's not going to play that much.
And they should use him. That's when we were most effective, when they were using Gibbs and him as a tandem.
But for the most part, it's kind of just seeing where we're sitting at. I know free agency starts soon. I forget when it starts. Let me look that up real quick. I know it starts soon. I think it's around when the NHL trade deadline is.
Well, it needs to start soon because they're going to be
March 11th.
The draft is coming up in about 8 weeks. So
March 11th is when free agency starts.
Right.
So that's when we'll go around there.
And then we'll have a better idea of, what they're going to do. I think, but you know what? Holmes doesn't do what most people think. So, but I think the vast majority of us, like we were saying, should guarantee that first pick is going to be an offensive lineman.
Unless you trade it, because apparently that was the rumor with Max Crosby, is you were giving them 2 firsts.
Well, I mean, for Max Crosby, that might be worth it. Everything needs to be the trenches. Everything needs to be, do you have enough room to sign Max Crosby and a Tyler Lindbaum?
You're at negative $9 million cap this year, but in 2 years you're at $70 million. So it's just trying to get by this year.
Okay,
but again,
they seem to always, these teams. I kind of agree with what a few people like Michael Enti says. The money is always there when you need it. And these people who try to claim that the cap stops them, the cap don't stop you.
No, because it's not a cap. It's just a luxury tax area. There ain't no really cap. The NFL has a fake
Looks
cap.
Like a line. Beastie.
The NFL has a fake cap You just pay a luxury tax if you go past it, just like the MLB. But apparently, due to the Terrion Arnold situation, they haven't wanted to trade their picks because they don't know what trouble Terrion could potentially be in. That's the main issue because they want to have the draft picks just in case they get screwed over by the Terrion situation. That's apparently why it's paused.
Right.
But I mean, if you got both Max Crosby and Aiden Hutchinson on both sides, I think your defensive line would be pretty good.
I think it would be. I think
you'd be sitting
you could keep them fairly healthy. I think that would be great. Max Crosby has that extra something that Aiden Hutchinson does not have. He has that grittiness, that edge.
Yeah.
Where Aiden Hutchinson just seems to be kind of one of these pretty boy types that just looking for his next commercial to do. Matt Crosby seems like a football player. He looks like, the Dick Butkus types. Oh, kitty cat. Oh.
Listen, we'll see what ends up happening. It could really go anywhere for the Lions this offseason. You have an easier schedule on paper next year, but the whole division does. And you got to figure out your cap situation. Though, even though you're negative $9 million, you're still like 20th in the league in money. Like you're sitting not terrible amongst the cap situations, but you still need to get under the cap, unless the Fords don't care about spending a little extra money,
which they shouldn't.
But
the thing should be about winning. If you want to win, sometimes you got to, pay the extra. I think the city deserves it. I think that, it would be very disappointing if that was our one shot, the San Francisco game, to make the Super Bowl.
You had 2 shots, really, and you blew the second one even more.
And like I said, we're in the most competitive division in football, I think. Minnesota's going to get better.
The other interesting thing that's going to happen is we are going to get a new president for the Lions. Because Rod Wood did retire. So,
Chris Spielman.
I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing to happen.
No. I will say, sometimes his kind of personality is annoying, but Chris Spielman is a football guy. Football. He's not a bureaucrat.
I would say that wouldn't be the worst thing to happen.
It wouldn't be. I like Chris Spielman. He's genuine, and he's a football guy.
But hopefully we'll see what ends up happening. But that's about it for the Lions news and rumors going around.
Tyler Lindbaum. Let's get him and Max Crosby.
Yeah, because you have the cap space for that. You have all the money in the world.
All the money in the world.
Yeah, because that's going to happen. Lions fans are going to be fairly disappointed this offseason. Again.
Jared Goff should play for free.
Just going to say that. Lions fans are going to be fairly disappointed in the offseason moves. There's going to be bare minimum offseason move since you're $9 million negative in the cap. You don't have the money to spend anything.
That's what's going to happen. Knowing Brad Holmes,
you can't do anything. You don't have unless again the Ford.
Not going to reach the
at this point, it's up to the Fords because you're negative $9 million. So either they have to be willing to pay the extra taxes that come on with being past the salary cap, or you got to get below the cap. It's either or, and you can't say the Fords are cheap. Because again, you're $9 million over the salary cap. They spent the money,
but they're not anywhere near being. I mean, it's still last year was so disappointing because all you had to do was beat Minnesota. All you had to do was beat Minnesota.
All you had to do was beat Chicago.
Wins.
Well, you beat Chicago.
You should have beaten Minnesota. You were not.
All you had to do was beat.
Not better than us.
You had to beat Pittsburgh, which would have been.
Pittsburgh. If we had beat those 3 teams, we would have beat a 12-5 team.
If you would have beat
12-5,
if you would just beat Pittsburgh and Minnesota, you would have won the division.
Right, we would have won the division. You would have had a whole playoff game. 3 crappy teams, and you couldn't beat them.
But you beat Chicago.
But if I'm just saying, you beat Pittsburgh at home, you beat Minnesota at home. 2 games you should have
Minnesota at home.
Easily.
You should have beat Minnesota away with a third-string quarterback that had 2 net positive yards.
So how do you take this seriously? Are you going to do what you need to do to move forward? Because if we come back with the same team, this is garbage.
You are coming back with the same team because you can't do anything.
I don't expect much from them. I mean, if that's what
It
they
should
want,
be
I don't expect much from them.
next year should be a better year because on paper the schedule's easier. On
It
paper.
can be better all at once. The schedule, I always hate that argument because I don't give a
On
crap.
paper it's
They can
easier.
talk about it all they want. No one knows what to expect until
No.
the season starts. You don't know how good these teams are or how bad these teams are. It don't matter.
But it also doesn't help the whole division plays the same team. So if you consider
And
us
Kansas City sucked last year too, so you should have beat them. You didn't suck.
they didn't suck when we played them,
Yeah, but I don't know.
but they did suck at the end of the year. But that's the only thing. When it comes to the schedule, everybody's playing the same team. So even if you think it's an easy schedule,
Right.
the divisions should beat up on everybody. Our whole division should. Even Minnesota should beat up on the opponents we're playing.
Right.
And they were bad.
So there's no
But they
excuse
finished ahead of us.
for us being 9-8 last year. No excuse.
But you get a better draft
They
pick.
failed last year.
You get a nice middle of the round draft pick this year. So then we'll go with that.
Brad Holmes failed. Dan Campbell failed.
I love the football videos. It's always so positive.
Yeah.
Always so positive.
Failed.
But we'll end it here. Going probably within the next couple of weeks, as you know, free agency starts. We'll be talking more about that. But we'll end it here. If you like to see, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about the Lions off season so far, all these rumors and what you think they should do. And until next time, hope to see everybody